you wanted, but
No,
you feel like he gets
but
it
in a
that
lot of
way?
ways it is good because whether you're getting it by yourself, you all remember first game of the season last year we were in Cleveland and it rained the whole game. And so I think it's good work to learn what works for us and what doesn't in this environment against a different team. And so it's good because as it started getting heavier as practice went on, it's good to kind of get a sense of like, all right, these are the passes that would be most beneficial for us, and here's how we can run the ball. And so I thought that was really good for us to be able to manage through that. And there's the footing, offense and defense, just keeping your feet underneath you, and the grass gets a little loose when it gets wet. And so I thought there was a lot of good stuff for us to be able to build off of and learn from and store away in case that happens again.
What did you see from Joe today in the rain and his work?
I thought it was just good work for everybody to get to experience that and good competition against another team. It's a really good team. It's a really well-coached team. They got a lot of talent. So it's exciting for us to get the opportunity to practice against them.
Bright sign, obviously, Zach, that you got Charlie Jones back on the field. How important was that?
Yeah, it's good. Coming off an injury, it's good for him to get out there and get some work.
Halfway through, it looked like Cody Ford was taking the reps for Trent in 11s.
Just some lower back tightness. Yeah, so we took him out.
Just overall, I mean, looking at Deontay going off, and
Yeah.
then with Amarius dealing with his injury, do you feel like you're pretty thin at tackle?
No,
right
we'll
now?
we'll see. We'll see what we got to deal with, and we'll make arrangements there.
Do you have any further update on?
I don't. No, I don't. It's two guys that have worked really hard, Chris Evans and Deontay Smith. Certainly feel for them, and we'll be there for them. I don't know what the outcome is yet, but it certainly was tough to watch. No, I mean it's that's just the way it goes. It's I didn't see either one of them when they happened, so but no, that's just football.
I know you say typically don't make a lot of who's in with starters at this point, but it seems like all week Dax has mostly been starting opposite of Cam Taylor Bridge. Do you guys feel like right now he's the leader in the clubhouse?
I thought he had a good game the other night. I think he's making progress every single week. Way too soon to say right now where that is, and everybody's still got plenty of opportunity.
Do you anticipate both of those guys playing Saturday?
I do, yeah.
Any other starters?
Not that come to mind. No, I'm trying to roll through the whole thing real quick. No, I think that's it.
We didn't get a chance to follow up with you about Jake Browning's injury. You said it was a rib issue. Do you know anything further? I mean, how much time is he expected to miss?
Just I don't have a timeline on it. It's just better to let it settle instead of continuing to push through it. Which maybe if it was a game you could, but then it's just going to nag you for a while. So just going to let it rest. I can't tell you what the timeline's going to end up being. It could be through next week. That's a possibility. But I think it's just kind of a day-to-day thing that we kind of see how it's healing and how it goes. But if you do it too soon, too quickly, you re-aggravate it. It's just a nagging deal that could linger for a while, and we don't want to do that.
What about Brad Robbins?
I don't have a timeline on him yet. No.
Zach, I'm on a Chicago-based question. You've developed a quarterback. You've developed it really well. Is there a major takeaway or a major lesson you learned from kind of how to bring along a first overall pick?
Well, I think you got to have a good team around them, and I know that the Bears do. And you got to have a coaching staff that's able to develop. And Shane, I think this is one of the best coaching staffs in the league. They've done a really good job with who they've hired. They got a really good defense. They got a ton of talent on offense, and they got a quarterback that's as good as you can get in the draft. So it'll be exciting to see how it all comes along, and they'll do it at their own pace, and it'll be fun to watch.
What did you learn with your experience with Joe about sort of leaning into the young quarterback growing pains as they happen?
Well, you just got to learn from every experience, and just store it away and move on. And I remember Eberflus got us with a blitz really to win the game in Indy on the last play of the game, and Joe stored that one away. It was kind of a four deep, one under, if I remember correctly. And, first time we'd seen that in his career. And so he stored that away and said, all right, if I ever get that again, I know what I'm going to get to. And so there's just moments like that are going to happen that you store them away and you learn from them. And, he's going to have a long career, and so you got plenty to store away from. But I know Shane Waldron's a great teacher. He's got great experience, been around a lot of great quarterbacks, and he'll do a great job, putting him in a great position.
How much is it the process? Like, you have to be able to process so much in this position at that young age. Is it really just a matter of the individual guy, like how good they are at processing this?
Every rep's a good rep, and so again, I don't know Caleb very well at all, so I don't want to speak to that, but obviously he's very talented. He's got great people around him that are going to help him continue to develop. And just one rep at a time, man. You never overreact in training camp, especially to a guy, because it's the first time they're doing it with their guys and against an NFL defense. And I'm excited to watch him to grow and develop.
Were there any things developing, Joe, that you wish you would have done differently, or just important things that you learned while?
I don't
while
think
doing
there's ever any regrets. You know, there's always things that you evolve. I'm sure he did, and I'm sure we did, but they're all part of the process, and the good and the bad with it, and it's all necessary.
You see, Jamar made the trip with you guys. Do you have an update on when you expect him to
No, I
start
don't.
practicing?
No,
Did you get a chance to see the defense at all?
just at the very end.
Okay.
Yeah, just the very end.
Anything?
It was a good 2 minute. You know, that's when I was over there. So aside from that, I can't really comment. Okay, thank you all. Appreciate it.